Still ahead, a controversial after-school club uncovered. Parents kept in the dark about what their kids were learning. Erika Sanzi of Parents Defending Education joining us next with the latest crisis in the classroom. Parents looking for answers after their little girl was invited to an after-school club that talked about sexuality. Her parents say she was told to keep secrets because parents were not safe. This all reportedly happened in Fort Collins, Colorado at Wellington Middle School. And Erika Sanzi of Parents Defending Education joining us now to discuss the latest crisis in the classroom. Good morning to you, Erika.
Good morning.
Talk us through this. Why was the student originally told the meeting after school was an art club, and what did the parents say was happening there?
Yeah, this was a student new to the district who loves art, sort of introverted, was invited by the art teacher to attend art club after school. Seemed like a really great idea to mom and dad. And it turned out that it wasn't an art club at all. In fact, they didn't do any art. This was a gender and sexuality awareness type club. There was a guest speaker there who works for an organization that begins targeting children as young as 5 with trans ideology. And in this case, the 12-year-old girl was told that if there's anything about being female that she's not comfortable with, so anything about her body that she's not comfortable with as a female, that meant she was trans. And she was given bracelets, stickers, and flags, not only representing the trans movement, but she was also given the queer bracelets, flags, and stickers because, again, she was told by the person in the room, the adult in the room who was a guest speaker, that because she wasn't 100% comfortable with everything about herself, that meant that she was those things. And so these were her gifts. And yeah, so as far as there was absolutely no art that occurred at this event, they did work on a worksheet called the Genderbread Person, where they were taught about, it was either the Gender Unicorn. It was one of these handouts that they give out to students that talks about their gender, their sex assigned at birth, and then also asks them who they're sexually attracted to. Again, she was in 6th grade at the time.
And after the students' parents became aware of all this, they reached out to the school demanding answers. Parents Defending Education, you guys were actually able to obtain the email exchange between the guest speaker and the art teacher. And one of those emails, the guest speaker tells the art teacher, under the Equal Access Act, quote, parents don't have to approve which clubs and activities their children participate in. First of all, what is the Equal Access Act, and what did you make of this claim?
Yeah, the Equal Access Act came into being in 1984, and it was actually lobbied for by Christian groups. And basically what it says is that if a school receives federal funding, they have to provide equal access to extracurricular clubs. So if you're going to allow kids to meet together for a chess club or a photography club, you also have to allow students who want to have a Christian club to meet. That same would be true for any religious group. And ironically, it is also the law that protects the gay-straight alliances so that they can also meet. And what it basically says is school districts have to provide equal access and equal resources to these clubs. So you can't provide a classroom for the math club and then tell the Muslim student club that they can't have access to a classroom. The Equal Access Act says nothing about parents having no right to know what activities their children are participating in. And again, I would remind everybody, this young girl was in the 6th grade.
Yeah, and one of the posts by a group connected to Splash and the speaker that came to this after-school club, there was even solicitation on social media for teens to come out and learn more about polyamory and relationships. Very eye-opening. And what I find interesting is how this mom had a close enough relationship with her daughter that her daughter told her about all this stuff. Many parents do not know this could be happening at their kids' public school. This is not the only school where obviously this is going on.
That is correct. This is obviously a very egregious case. This, I feel like, is one of the worst cases that I've seen recently. But the overarching theme is rampant nationally. And the other thing is that one of the reasons that students aren't telling people is because the first thing that gets stated in meetings like this is to the kids, anything said in here stays in here. They essentially say to the kids, we want you to keep secrets from your parents, and also your parents aren't safe, but we are. And then they go on to, give their personal contact information to other people's children while hiding information from those parents.
All right, very quickly though, Erika, according to this Equal Access Act, parents do have a right to know what after-school activities and what these clubs are doing.
Well, the Equal Access Act says nothing about parents. Okay. So it doesn't say anything about parental notification. It just isn't a relevant law.
That she tried to use.
So she tried to use that law, but it's just not relevant. It has nothing to do with parental notification. It has everything to do with equal access to extracurricular clubs.
All right. Erika Sanzi, great talking to you this morning. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.